so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you.
Southern Kaduna, in Benue State. Are you waiting for that to happen in Biafra land before you will rise up? The world is watching. The world is watching, and every one of us must sit up. If you are from that contraption called Nigeria, no matter the area you come from, you must wake up and begin to think about your freedom and how to secure your area. And every one of you must continue to pray for Biafrans and thank Biafrans for what they are doing. Biafrans are actually the savior that is holding everybody intact. We must be strong. We must be strong. The challenges are enormous, but we will never give up because it worth it. Every sacrifice we are giving today, it worth it. Thank you so much, my dear sister Maria. It worth it. Every sacrifice we are making today, it worth it. And I myself personally, whatever I'm doing today, I am doing it because it concerns me. It is about me. It's about my future. It's about my unborn children. It's about my generation unborn. That is why I have to do what I am doing. I'm not just doing it because I'm doing it for Mazen Simon Ekpa to be happy, or Mazen Nandekano to be happy, or for any Biafran to be happy. I'm doing it because it is something that is necessary for us to do. And time has come that every Biafran must start seeing the exit from that contract called Nigeria as a necessity. Every Biafran must start seeing that as a necessity. Getting out of the Zoological Republic as a necessity. And begin to plan on your own way. Begin to make contributions on your own way. Begin to think, what am I going to do to make sure that this very exit is activated as soon as possible? A lot of things are going on. And a lot of things will continue to go on. But I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okukabiamo, stand firm and stand strong. Don't be distracted. Do not get distracted. As I always say, getting into the struggle is not a mandatory thing for everybody. But I can tell you that the only thing that is mandatory is that you must not attack anybody who is speaking for Biafra, who is genuinely speaking for Biafra. And today, one man that is very pronounced that we know that is genuinely speaking for Biafra is Master Simon Ekpa. Master Simon Ekpa is genuine, very, very genuine. And he has done a lot. Putting everything with him online to make sure that Biafra becomes free. As I've always said, there are so many Biafrans that are living all over the world who are in a very top position to make a case for Biafra. So many of them who has a good position to make a case for Biafra. But do they have the balls to do that? So many of them don't have the balls to do that. You see, when we are talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa, when we are acknowledging his good work, it is not just because we want to do it. It is because it is something we want to do it. Because we have seen the commitment from him. A man who can be able to put his own career on the line, put his life on the line, halt his own career to pursue the freedom of his own people. That man needs to be appreciated. Our spokesperson and Prime Minister of Biafran government in exile, Master Simon Ekpa. The Prime Minister of Biafran Republic government in exile, Master Simon Ekpa. He is doing a great job. He put his career on the line, put his life on the line, his family on the line. Everything is at stake. And he's still moving forward. You know he's a lawyer. He has his own law firm. His own law firm is on the line. He's a politician. His career is on the line. But he never wavered. Are you telling me that it's the only Manchester Monaco that has that kind of status in Europe or America? It is not only him. It is not only him that have that status in Europe and America. There are so many other Biafrans that are in a very top, sensible positions that could help us forge ahead. There are so many Biafrans that are in top positions that could help us make a case open to the world. But what are they doing? They are busy pursuing their own personal interests. Some of them are busy still pursuing the agenda of the one Nigeria that wants to kill them. That was why when I saw the attack on Chimamanda, I wasn't bothered about the attack. When the Zoological Republic illiterates rose up to attack Chimamanda, she's a Biafran. We felt the pain, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do when she has made herself part of them? When you make yourself part of the zoo, that is what you get, insult. They insulted her and called her names simply because she was demanding for what is right. And in that, they told her to her face, you are a Biafran. As long as Nigeria remains, your word doesn't count. That was what they told Chimamanda. Even when she's a good writer, the whole world can read her write-ups and all that. But when it comes to Nigeria, they will trash her because she's a Biafran. Are you going to tell me that she doesn't know that? Are you now telling me that she doesn't know what just happened to her? That her people are being dehumanized? That her people are being cursed and abused? She knows very well, but she refused to talk, and now they gave her own portion. They gave her her own portion. And maybe some people are expecting us to come and begin to support her or begin to jump up. We will not do such a thing. Because she's fighting the wrong cause. If she was to be fighting for Biafra and they come after her, I bet you they will never stand. The Biafran people will not be silent. Biafran will not be silent. If she was making case for Biafra, she knows what is happening in Biafra land. She knows what we are suffering. She knows what Mazen Nandekam is going through today. She can read it. She can feel it. She's always in Nigeria. She can know. But how many times has she written an open letter on behalf of Mazen Nandekam to any government of the world? How many times? This is an Igbo Biafran. Her own brother in captivity, her own brother who is fighting for her own freedom to make her have a voice. She might think maybe that she has a voice. But Nigeria has just told her she has no voice. Just because of what she wrote. And they come after her and call her different kinds of names. You can imagine if they can attack her like that. What about other people who doesn't have that international status? It means you are doomed. And seeing all these things, is Chimamanda still waiting for us to beg her to write about the plight of the Biafran people? Is she waiting for us to beg her to write about the plight of Mazen Nandekam? Is she waiting for us to beg her to write that the Biafran people want an independent nation of their own? She wouldn't do that because of her. Because of wanting another, maybe out of fear. Nobody wants to die. Everyone wants to maintain his or her business. Even when they know that something is wrong. They will take it in. That is so sad. But that is the situation we find ourselves. That is the situation the Biafran people have found themselves. But I tell you, we will not continue to be in such dehumanizing situation. We can't continue to accept that. That is why we have to get out of the zoo. Because even when you look at the things that are happening in that contraption, just sit back and think about everything that is happening. There is no sign anywhere that Nigeria is going to get better in this planet. There's no sign that Nigeria is going to get better. It will never, ever get better. Because every power that comes in with their own kind of corruption. Every government that comes in with their own version of corruption. And by the time the government exists and go, you begin to pray and wish that the former government returns. That's the situation of Nigeria. Today, people who were at the time of Jonathan, we are still praying that they wish that this late Muhammad Buhari can return them to the Jonathan era. When Jonathan came in, people were saying they wish that they should be returned to Yaradua era. Yaradua came in, people began to wish for Obasanjo era. Obasanjo came in, people begin to wish for Shoneka and Co. Some even begin to wish to military government because things were better then. Practically, things were better then. But how long shall we continue to live in wishes and wishes and wishes that will never come true? The truth remains that the center cannot hold anymore. And to your tent, O Israel. That is what's supposed to be the prayer. The prayer is supposed to be to your tent, O Israel. The center cannot hold anymore. Every region go to their own area and begin to plan and build a new nation under a new foundation. That is the proposal. We gave that proposal in the first place. We gave it in the second place. And today we are still giving that same proposal. Why don't you give it a trial? Why don't you give it a trial? Let people go their separate ways. Have their own nation. Build a standard that they understand and they can operate. If we choose to do business, we can still do business again. Let that not bother you. Because I see some people begin to throw in those kind of lies and propaganda. Every one of us must stay alert. We must stay prayerful. And we must continue to do something for the freedom of Mazen Nandekan. Mazen Nandekan must be free. And Biafra must come, no matter what anybody does. Chukwu Okekabema have given us a leader in Mazi Samonepa, and he's leading well. Mazi Samonepa is leading well. He's not only doing things, he will do things and come and tell you, and you know they are aware. Every single thing he's doing on the ground, he brings it to the open for you to see the result. And that is the leader. Even now, some people are crying now and telling him not to show everything. That he didn't not need to tell everything that he knows. But trust me, Master Samanaka knows what he's telling you. He will only tell you those you're supposed to know. And those that are not for your know, you cannot know them. You can't know them. The only major advice is for those of them who are trying to prognose where they don't belong. Just stop it. Just stop it. If you don't stop, you're going to hurt yourself. What you have to do is just stop it. Every single one of us have to continue to obey the truth and nothing but the truth. Follow the truth. Mazen Nandekan say, follow the truth. If you are still following the truth today, you are lucky. And you are going to receive the crown very soon. You will receive the crown. Don't get distracted. It has become very clear today that the Biafran people are not wanted. But the question remains, why is it that you don't want them to go? You do not want them to be part of the Nigeria and you don't want them to leave. Why? You want somebody to leave and he says you want to leave. You don't want him to leave anymore. What is the problem? You stole everything we have in our land. All our resources seized in your hand. And yet you're not satisfied. You are still dehumanizing the Biafran people and making sure they have no place where they're supposed to have a place. But I bet you, your envy and jealousy and your attack will not be forever. It is just for a little while. And you will pay for every single thing you've done against the Biafran people. Anything you do against Biafran people, you are going to pay. So be mindful what you do. Be careful what you say. Be mindful what you do. Be careful what you say. This very struggle we are in, this very restoration of Biafra that have been activated today is not like that of yesterday. Today we are in a restoration mood. Some of you don't get it. Since we finished our countdown, we entered restoration mode. Restoration mode, and there is no going back. And since we entered restoration mode, a lot of diplomatic talk have been going on. Our new Prime Minister of Biafran Republic Government in Exile, the Prime Minister is having so much engagement, engaging diplomatically on different fronts. Some he announced, some he doesn't announce. If you are following him on Twitter, you will be getting the information. And you know, some people are not taking him serious. They think it's for a joke. And that is how Biafra is going to surprise you. You are going to wake up one day and you'll be thinking you are in Nigeria. Meanwhile, you are in Biafra. And you wouldn't even believe it. Some of you will even be preparing to go to work in Nigeria. Meanwhile, you are in Biafra. It is going to happen. This is going to happen. That is why we are coming online on Thursday, to wake up your consciousness, to prepare yourself for what is coming. Prepare yourself. We must get out of this zoological republic in this year, not next. If you know what is happening on the ground, if you know certain issues that are going on now, some discussions are ongoing. If you know the discussions that are ongoing, you will prepare your bag and pray harder. You will prepare your bag and pray harder. If you know what is happening on the ground, Master Samuel is only giving you the tip of the iceberg. And as I know, he has never fought any battle and lost. And every engagement he has been in has always come out positive. Master Samuel have engaged many nations. And very soon he's going to engage another nation. And when we talk about engaging nation, it is not just another nation, world powers. Master Samuel is having engagement with world powers. Take it or leave it. Sometimes he tweets about it. Go to his tweet and you'll see. If you are in his Twitter handle or you're not there, make sure you follow him on Twitter. Make sure you follow Master Samuel on Twitter so that you can be able to get updates. So that you know that we are not joking. We're not joking here. That is why when you see those distractors, they leave what they're supposed to do and they're doing something else. There's no point to respond to them. No need. No point to respond to them. It's a waste of time and energy. You just allow them to fizzle out. And that is how it is. Chukwu Okike Abiama has given us an assignment. And we must carry that assignment to the last. Every one of us needs to engage in it. The restoration of Biafra in 2023. For those of us in autopilot, 2023, restoration of Biafra. If you have a different date and you are with your own group, good for you. We're not standing against anybody. If you have a different plan or a different method, or a different way, or a different date for you to secure Biafra, good for you. We'd like to hear it. We have stated ours also. And we will not resent on it. We will continue to pursue it until we get to the end of it. And if we get to the end of it, if Biafra doesn't come, we still have to continue to do what we are doing. So you have to get that straight into your head. Whenever you are pursuing anything, whenever you are pursuing any project, if you are pursuing any project, there must be a time frame. You don't just leave it open. There must be a time frame for your pursuit. If you want to achieve something, you want to do this, you must say from this time to this time, I will do this. From this time to this time, I'll do this. Just create those targets. You must have a target. Even if you miss that your target, you can extend it. You miss it again, you can extend it. You miss it, you can extend it until you get the point. Every one of you remember how many times the exit of the UK from Europe, from EU. How many times they announced it that it's going to happen? They announced it more than 3 times that it's going to happen, but it never happened until they continue to change the date, until they got it right. And that is how things are done. Whatever you want to do, you put a time frame, pursue it. If you cannot be able to catch up within that your own time, you can extend it and still catch up with it. I am giving all this illustration to help you digest so many words that are being said in this very struggle, so that you don't kill yourself with high BP, so that you don't distract yourself. The only assurance you must have is that Biafra is coming, and in 2023, that is what we believe. Biafra is coming, and in 2023, and we will continue to pursue the coming of Biafra until it comes, no matter what they throw at us, no matter their propaganda and blackmail, no matter their distraction. Today, you see the kind of battle we are facing on our platform. All the platform of the autopiloted IPOB that are speaking for Biafra. Go to their platform and you see the heavy attack that we are facing. Some of us cannot even have up to 5 view, 10 view on their broadcast. On my own broadcast, you see what is happening. In my broadcast now, they don't send notification to people. All these things are channeled to frustrate us, to discourage us from saying what we are saying. But I have said it, I will not be discouraged. Even if it is one person, I will continue to speak, because that is the path I have chosen. That is the area I have chosen. If it is one person, I will continue to speak. If it is 2, I will continue to speak. It doesn't matter. Until we achieve our aim. The coming of Biafra is a reality. It's going to come. Whether you like it or you don't like it. Whether you believe in it or you don't believe in it. It is going to come. And that is why we are happy. It doesn't matter who it comes from. That is why we threw it open. Mazen Nanekan kept it open. That if you know what you will do for Biafra to come, go ahead and do it. Nobody is restricting you. The autopiloted IPOB came on board also. And Mazen Simon Epa, the new Prime Minister of Biafran government in exile, said it. That go on, fight for Biafra. If you get it before us, we will join you in Biafra. If we get it before you, you equally join us in Biafra. And at the end of the day, every man shall answer for himself what he or she has done in the course of the pursuit for Biafra. You are going to answer. I will answer for myself. You answer for yourself. In Biafran court. And if the court say that you are innocent, you are good to go. But if the court say you are guilty, guilty as charged, you will face the full wrath of the law. That is how it works. Who placed us in that part of the world, knows why he kept us so. And we cannot allow anybody to take us away from there. They have taken our resources. We kept quiet. They have taken our dignity. We kept quiet. They took away our security. We kept quiet. And now they are taking our life. You want us to keep quiet as they are taking our life? We will not be quiet. Because if we remain silent, they are going to take out every single one of us in Biafra land. The Fulanis never forgive. The Fulanis are unrepentant. They are wicked. These are people who don't have conscience. They don't have conscience. They will perpetrate evil and they will be busy pointing at you that you're the one doing it. Today, I was just thinking about the issue of the Civil War today. The origin of Civil War and how it came. You know, some of them, each time you mention the Civil War, they will remind you how Kaduna and Zwobo killed Tafa Balewa. That is the only thing they will go. They go how the Igbo people, the Igbo officers conducted a coup and they killed Tafa Balewa. Every single time you mention the Biafran war, that is the argument they bring. The revolution that they call Igbo coup, that's what they bring. But none of them have forgotten, none of them remember to talk about the CounterQ that they conducted. Nobody is talking about that CounterQ. In that CounterQ, it was conducted by the Muslims generally. It was conducted by the Northerners. Nobody seemed to be talking about it. In that CounterQ, first of all, they took away all the officers from Biafra land. All military officers in Biafra land were murdered in cold blood. As if that is not enough. The man that is parading himself today as a statesman, Danjuma murdered the first general in Africa, the first legitimate, registered, and well-trained general in Africa, Agironsi. Danjuma murdered Agironsi and Fajui. Agironsi and Fajui, these are people, the head of state and his friend, Fajui. For no just cause. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody seems to talk about it. Instead, they celebrate those people that conducted that coup. Every one of them that get involved in that coup today, they celebrate them. But these are the people who murdered innocent people. Every officer, every military officer from Biafra land, they were murdered. They were murdered in the barracks, surrounded.